first hour with me. Of course, magandang gabi po muli. And what the guy I'm about to introduce to you probably is one of the most recognizable names in the entertainment industry here in the country. He's what you call a triple threat. This guy can dance, this guy can act, and most definitely, this guy can sing. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to Mr. Elmo Magalona. Elmo, what's up?
Hello, Mark. Thank you for thank you for the compliments. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great evening.
Elmo, I was given strict instructions by my wife, Aisel Santos, to give a good introduction to you because she loves you.
Hi, Ate Aisel. Hope you're good. Hope you're good now.
So, just to make that clear, sabi niya, ay, build up mo yung batang yan. Gusto ko yan. Isa sa mga paborito ko yan. So, I really had no choice but to give you that awesome introduction. But anyway, Elmo, kamusta, bro? I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Everything's crazy nowadays, but things are getting better, of course.
Yep.
Salamat sa tulong natin mga frontliners and all the members of our community who are helping out by doing the responsibilities of getting their vaccines and, doing all the
Yes.
health protocols. What about you, Elmo? How are you coping with the pandemic so far?
I actually wanted to shout out to everybody who's been, trying to follow the protocol because, syempre, even for us who are not frontliners, we all have our own parts in this community. So, to those who are following it, hands down to you guys. And yeah, that's what I've been also trying to do nowadays. Like, try to get the vaccine. Well, I haven't gotten it yet, pero I
Mhm.
know that it's coming soon. Maybe next month, I might get it already. So, yeah, trying to stay safe lang and stay healthy as possible.
It's good that you mentioned that, ano, kasi some people already got the vaccine, some people haven't. Like me, ako rin, wala pa rin ako eh. My wife, wala pa rin. So, isa tayo doon sa mga nakapila waiting for that vaccine to come out for our
Mhm.
classification. But it's good that you mentioned that kasi yung mga ibang nagka-vaccine na, siguro it's nice that we remind them, no, that kahit may vaccine kayo, it's still, your
Right.
responsibility to stay safe for everyone else kasi pwede pa rin kayong maging carrier eh, di ba?
Yes, that's true. And like even if we're all safe, even if you have the vaccine or not, we still have to be mindful of others before ourselves because siyempre, hindi siya ano eh. It's not just the one thing. It can spread to, you know, not just strangers but even to our families. So that's the worst thing that could happen. And sana hindi lang yun mangyari to anybody.
Yeah, yun yung iniiwasan natin eh. But like in
Hmm.
my case, I have a new baby. I just started my
Yeah,
new family, and I'm,
congratulations.
I'm thanks, Elmo. Thank you so much. I'm trying to keep not just myself safe, but everyone else safe as well by following all the regulations of binigay ng Department
Yes.
of Health. But what's driving me crazy, Elmo, and I don't know if it works with you as well, is hindi ako sanay yung I'm just inside one house. I can't go out. I can't go wherever I want to go. How do you
Mhm.
cope with the lockdown, Elmo? Kasi alam ko you're a very active, you're a very outgoing young man. You're stuck in your house. You have no. How do you cope with that? Does it drive you crazy?
It You're not alone there. I just want to say, syempre there are days where I'm very comfortable naman being indoors, pero like one whole year of being inside, that can really cause a lot of um anxiety, or it can cause a lot of yun nga, like drive na you want to go out and be productive or try to make the most out of your days, and sometimes hindi rin talaga pwede eh. So yeah, there were times na I struggled doing those things na I have to be home, I have to think of these things, I can't really go where I want to go, pero yeah, I just cope with it by sometimes talking to friends or just being online, seeing what's going on everywhere. And yeah, I just try to connect myself. But I
Mhm.
think people won't really believe me because I don't really go on Instagram or Twitter that much or update. But I do check and I do see what's going on with my friends and what they're uh working on or what they're doing right now. Pero that's the best that I can do kasi syempre ayoko ring maging like a nuisance or a problem na I'm going to get the syempre the sickness nga, the illness, and then spread it around. Ayoko mangyari talaga yun. So, yeah, I just have to, wala, tiis na lang. Tiis and patience na lang. That's what I needed to learn during this time.
Yeah, so aside from that, let's just say, oh, sige, compared to me, kasi you're a creative guy. I mean, I know uh, your background. I know what you're capable of doing now. What's been keeping you busy lately? Kasi yun, nabanggit mo na that it's, aside from yung getting in touch with your friends, getting in touch with everybody, that helps di ba? Pagkausap mo yung mga kaibigan mo in the
Yeah.
lockdown eh. But what
Mm.
about your creative side? I mean, have you been busy with your creative side in this lockdown?
Uh, yes, actually. But, it still takes a hit on the creativity side because, syempre, like, I'm used to going to a recording studio or like going to a set where I have to work on stuff. Pero, syempre, like, yun nga, since we have to be indoors, like, I needed to just adapt and try to, make the most out of the situation. Like, I got some, microphones and I got some, uh, I needed to learn some, music production as well so that I
Okay.
can just keep the, like what you said, kanina, just keep the ball rolling, keep the momentum. Pero, it's still not the same. I wish we could, go back to before. Pero yeah, right now it's just the learning process that I'm still going through, and hopefully I can, you know, send out or release some new songs.
Yeah, yun, ang ganda yung nabanggit mo na yun, no? You got some equipment so you can
Yeah,
do stuff while you're at home. Alam mo,
yeah,
kami, like in my case, whenever I host, whenever I do stuff, I'm
mhm.
used to feeding off the energy of the crowd. But
Yeah,
now that I'm hosting online and I'm looking at like a small camera hole on top of my laptop screen,
mhm.
and parang I'm looking around talking like an idiot, pretending like I'm being seen by the usual crowd, pero hindi eh. Tama ka, it takes getting used to, di ba? Parang
Yes.
it's not easy, like in my case, singing, in your case, performing or singing in
Mm.
front of a laptop with a green screen behind you, pretending like you're in the studio. But it takes a lot of getting used to, Elmo.
Yeah, and I also want to mention that that's a real thing. Na as a performer or as a reporter or as a host or um whenever you have or basta when you have to entertain or perform or be in front of people, parang you get so used to that um environment na when it gets taken away from you, parang the energy isn't really the same. So yeah, the amount of time to get used to that is really different for each people. Like meron akong kilala na start pa lang ng pandemic, like they already got the hang of it, alam na nila how to do their activities. Pero there are people who still are struggling with the situation and how to get around it. And I think that's fine. I think it's fine. We all are at our different paces. We all don't have to figure it out right away. And yeah, once we do learn it, it's a good stepping stone for us. You know, we achieved that, and then now we're moving on to something like a new challenge for us. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah.
No, I think I understand what you're trying to say. Na parang it's a whole new terrain para sa ating lahat.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're
Mm-hmm.
already here, di ba? Might as well learn what the best thing we can do in the situation. Parang ganon, di ba?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's a very interesting thing, and I think we're going through the same things as well together, and we're adjusting together. But now, of course, tayo nagkamustahan na Elmo, no? So now let's try and get some of the fans who are here with us in this room to try and ask you a few questions, guys. Whoever is in this room right now, if you can just click on that hands up sign, so we'll know if you have questions to ask, and we can actually figure out who wants to ask some questions here. Kung sinong gustong mag-ask ng questions kay Elmo. Okay, hold on. Okay, we have some people already in this room actually. So we're just trying to figure out who among them can maneuver this. It's a new app, itong Kalamansi app, and it's amazing though. At least for me, it's new. It's been around for a while, but it takes a while
It's new
for
to
us
me
to get used
also,
to.
and I'm
Yeah,
happy
but
that I'm
it's
able
quite
to.
interesting, Elmo, di ba? Kasi with this app, you can literally just go on board and go live anytime you want.
Exactly. It's so convenient and it's very timely. And I think it's going to be, you know, a standard that people will be using nowadays. And I'm
That's true.
happy that I got to try it out and I got to experience it. So I'd like to thank the people who invited me to the Calamansi launch app.
Okay, so I think Lindsay wants to ask something. Lindsay, maybe you can turn on your mic para you can ask a question for Elmo.
Hi, Lindsay.
Good afternoon po. Hi Elmo. Any music from this year po? May music po ba kayong like maabangan namin?
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to release new music sana, but I still haven't really got the time to, not the time, but it's more of it's a different way kasi of making it right now. Pero for this year, maybe by the end of the year, I might have new music out, but right now I think other projects are gonna come out first before my music. Pero by the end of the year, yeah, maybe meron kayong abangan from me na new music.
Thank you po. Last na lang po. This is not a question, pero pwede po bang pa-shoutout yung Julie Elmo anniversary today? Thank you.
There you
Oh,
go.
uh, happy, what is it?
Julie Elmo anniversary, 11th anniversary po.
Anniversary. Wow.
Oh wow,
Happy
happy anniversary, guys.
anniversary to Julie Elmos. And
Okay, thank you so much po.
no problem.
Thank you, Lindsay. No, minsan pag sinabi na nilang hindi ito question, ako yung kinakabahan para sa iyo eh. 'Di ba? Di mo alam kung ano na yung hihingin nila eh. Hindi, just kidding. Okay, let's go on to our next fan here. Miss Cookie actually is on board. She wants to ask you a few questions, Elmo.
Okay.
Miss Cookie, turn on your mic.
Hi. Yes, hello po. Good afternoon. Good evening, Sir Mark
Good
and
evening.
Elmo.
Good evening.
Ayan, Elmo. Just wanna know lang, what are the new things na na-discover mo sa sarili mo this pandemic?
The new things that I discovered, siguro, honestly, hindi ko talaga siya, like, hindi ko siya pinag-isipan, but I think I just realized lang na kaya ko palang maging homebody. Like I could be
Oo.
staying at home and still be, finding stuff to make myself or to make my day productive without really feeling crazy, I guess. Kasi hindi naman ako ganito dati. Hindi naman ako yung like I also crave the energy of friends nearby or like company of friends, pero um yun na discover ko that I can be a homebody and I can like just try to work on myself. I don't know if I answered your question, by the way. Sorry, Miss
Yeah.
Cookie.
Okay lang, yeah. Actually, I asked this question din last night kay Miss Hazel, Sir Mark. Yung mga bagay na
Ah,
na-discover niya and skills na masasabi niya na nailabas ni pandemic.
Ah,
Ayun.
yeah. No wonder
if
you
I
sound
can,
familiar. You were on last
Yes,
night.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, Sir Mark. Another thing, Elmo,
yeah.
if you are given a chance na magbigay ng message to your younger self, what would it be?
Wow,
Oh,
that's
Like
a
that's
10
a
deep
good
years
question,
old?
man.
question.
That's amazing.
I guess, sige, oh, can you give me an age? Like, anong specific
10 years
age?
old.
10
10.
years old.
Oh,
Okay, 10
yes.
years old, I was grade 3, third grade in, yeah. Siguro, I'd want him to know that you're going to be, I guess, I'd want him to know that he's going to be strong. He's going to be able to
Yes.
rely on himself from any responsibilities that come in front of him, and I want to let him know that um he should be he should just be happy, uh no matter what the circumstances are, because I don't know, like being sad is a waste of time.
Yes.
Amen. Especially
Amen.
nowadays.
Actually, totoo yan. Kumbaga, thankful to kalamansi kasi kahit pa paano naiibsan yung lungkot ng mga tao by connecting
Correct.
with
Yeah.
other people.
Yes, I'd like to thank you for that question, because I really was thinking of what to tell my what to tell my younger self.
Thank you, Elmo. Alam mo, ano, I actually get kumbaga ngayon lang ako nagkaroon ng chance na makausap ka. Kasi lagi din ako nasa haligi ng ABS-CBN nung mga panahon wala pang pandemic. Kumbaga laging
Mm.
nasa ASAP, lahat ng mga pwedeng puntahang palabas sa ABS. Pero ngayon lang ako nabigyan ng chance to talk to you.
Hey, that's so nice. Hey, good
Yes.
job.
Thanks to the Calamansi app for making this
Yes
possible
po,
too,
opo,
right?
opo. And
Okay.
yan, thank you.
Thank
And
you,
Thank
last
thank
you,
na
you.
Miss
pala, sorry
Cookie.
Elmo.
Okay.
In one word, how can you describe yourself in one word?
Tenacious. I think tenacious.
Oh. Yun yung suot ng tennis player, di ba? Yung sapatos ng tennis player. I'm trying to be funny, man. I'm trying to be funny.
Thank you,
Thank
thank you.
you.
If I'm
Thank
given a
you.
chance po mamaya ulit. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Cookie. Oh, dalawang gabi nang naka-tune in yun sa atin. One of the avid listeners dito sa ating Hangout for Heroes. So thank you, Miss Cookie, for that. But before I let anyone else, Elmo, try to ask you more questions, balikan muna natin yung conversation natin kanina because I have a lot of questions to ask you. Of course, the people that tuned in right now are very eager to hear your answers to these questions. So
Sure.
next up,
Sure.
I want to know, Elmo, nabanggit mo na kanina no na tinanong ka ni Miss Cookie yung mga new things that you learned ano. Ito naman,
Mhm.
I want to know what are the hobbies and skills specifically that you unlocked during this time. Posibleng yung alam mong feeling mo dati kaya ko to pero never ka nabigyan ng chance. But now in the pandemic with the lockdowns and all that, na-realize mo na, uy, okay, kaya ko pala tong hobby or skill na to na unlock mo dito sa pandemic.
Okay, you might not believe me, but before the pandemic, I never really touched, any kind of production when it comes to my music. Uh,
No way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I have producers, or I have um in my label in Universal. Like, there are people who help me with my music, but during this pandemic, since I'm always at home, there was no choice but to learn how to uh produce my own stuff. So yeah, I think that's one of the things that yung parang dati inisip ko, parang kaya ko naman to. But I never really touched it, or I never really tried it out. And then now that I'm trying it, I'm actually having fun with it. I'm actually having fun experimenting with music production, and yeah. So far, I'm still in the beginner's side. Kasi okay, I just want to share like a mini story. Like,
Go
my
ahead, man. Go ahead.
my brothers are, well, my family is, we're all like inclined to music. So, um my sister, my brothers, they all know how to work on softwares like musical softwares. But I never really touched those things because someone else was doing it. I just really worked on my vocals or how to do the singing of my songs. Pero now that there's a pandemic na, like, I just wanted to see if I could do it, and thankfully it's not that difficult pala. Like, there's some guides naman online to really learn how to produce or how to edit the music. And yeah, that's one of the things that I quote unquote unlocked during this time. Um, what else? I can't really say the same about cooking. Cooking is still takes a lot of, not just skill, eh. It takes a lot of heart,
Patience.
actually. And the heart. Kasi, di ba, pag alam mong, pag masarap yung pagkain, alam mong nilagyan ng puso, eh. Nilagyan
Yeah.
ng, there's a lot of heart, a lot of flavor. And I can't say the same for cooking, for me.
Well, those are great things to learn, but I really can't believe that.
Yes.
But maybe I kind of understand because my wife is also into music and all that. She's
Mm.
also starting to learn. She knows how to use the softwares and all that, the garage
Mm.
band and all that stuff.
Mm.
Pero
Yeah.
not as good as she is now. Kasi dati nga, meron siyang ibang nag-arrange, nag-ano,
Yeah.
all that stuff, di ba?
Yeah.
But now she does everything at home. We set up a small studio dito sa bahay and she's literally forced to do it herself because no one else will, di ba?
That's so cool though, right?
Mm-mm. I
Na
kind of feel where you're going here. So that's good. That's good. Kasi ako, ang natutunan ko lang, I know that I can change diapers. I know that I can bottle feed. I know that I can take out the trash full of diapers. So
no, but that's not just that. That's fatherhood there. So that's a big thing. That's a that's a large milestone. So congratulations on that again.
man, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every second. You mentioned father. I'm gonna give you trivia, Elmo, and this is
Okay.
gonna show everybody how old I really am. Yung cassette, one of the first cassette tapes that I bought with my own money, and I was in college, was meron akong ano of your dad.
Wow.
The first
That's
two cassette tapes I ever bought was that, and then Counting Crows. Okay, so i-google nyo na kung anong taon yung mga yan. I-google nyo na para computein nyo na lang para malaman yung edad ko. Pero malayo edad namin ni Elmo. Yun na
that's
lang yun.
unexpected. Like, I think I don't really expect na that's your first tape.
Di ba? I used to be a hip hop guy, but no, now I'm too old for it. So anyway, okay. So ito, next question, Elmo, to expound on this whole pandemic experience that we're all having together here. Do you have any realizations brought about by this kind of season, this challenging situation we're all in? Meron ka bang na-realize sa sarili mo while experiencing all of this in the middle of a pandemic?
Mm, okay, maybe there were some days, siguro, the start of the pandemic, na I would sometimes, just contemplate and think like, well, why is this going on? Why is this happening to me personally? And then some more, like